Welcome back, everyone. Today I want to make a video going over this natural living arbor that we have in the garden here. This is one of my favorite features in the food forest. This is the grand entrance, you could say, to the back end of the food forest where most of the fruit trees are. And I've had a lot of comments on this structure. Even though I've made a video in the past, I wanted to go over that one more time, maybe simplify it and give you guys an update on how it's working out. So basically, the way this structure was built, it's just a hog panel. They come in 5 by 20 foot lengths, sometimes called the cattle panel. And you can pick them up at your local feed store. Home Depot has them, Lowe's has them. They're about $30. They're kind of a hassle to actually get home, so you're going to need a large vehicle and tie it down somehow. I used a big Econoline van and tied it to the roof, and it was flopping around a little bit, so probably not the best way, but that was the biggest challenge to this whole project. Other than that, very easy to put together. All I did is I knocked down these 5-foot T-posts about a couple feet into the ground on each corner, and I started off just on one side putting in the T-posts, and then that allowed me to butt up the cattle panel right up to those T-posts and physically bend over the structure. And I did it by myself. It was easy enough to do, but probably safer and easier to do it with 2 people. And then I went ahead and put 2 more T-posts on the opposite side. I have since removed the T-post on this end. There's really no need for any of them at this point because the wisteria that I'm growing up this trellis has taken over and become one with the trellis. It's nice and rigid now, strong, and it's probably more effort than it's worth to remove these at this point, but that's basically how it was done. So I've got one wisteria vine growing at the base of this side of the panel and another on this side. And I'll give you a close-up look. You can see how some of these vines are literally becoming one with the structure. It's growing over it and engulfing it. But I think it's beautiful. It's working out well. And you should see this thing in the spring if you haven't seen my other videos. We've had a couple years with lots of flowers. It really depends on how much pruning I do. I am going to prune this structure here soon now. Alice doesn't want me to prune it too hard.
Because I want so many flowers.
But it does take some management, because without it, it will just keep sprawling out and spread kind of crazy.
Over here?
Yes.
So there is a seed.
Oh, you got a seed pod up there. Why don't you pull that off?
I can help you how to prune.
That's the other thing. I collected a bunch of seed pods from these plants, and they're actually quite beautiful too. They got this velvety outer layer. This one's still in good shape.
It's not crunchy.
That's a small seed. This is a small pod.
That one.
But still, I mean, they're small seeds. Oh well. People think they're going to grow like crazy and sprout up everywhere. I haven't had anything like that happen.
Oh, it's a sprinkling.
Yep, starting to rain. But you can easily build one of these on your own. I think they are a great addition to any garden. And if you didn't want to grow something permanent like the wisteria, you could grow anything up these trellises. I've done nasturtium and snap peas up the sides of these with the wisteria, and that works great. Also, the birds, when I let this become dense on top, like to nest up there, and I think that's a cool feature too. So every time I'm heading into the garden, this is where I walk in. On hot sunny days, it's nice and shady under here. Sometimes I'll put a chair under here, just kind of gaze around in the garden. I notice the chickens like to gather under here too in the hot summer days. So another great feature. Here, my boy. Want to be in the video? Oh yeah. So with that, I want to thank you guys for watching. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Until next time, this is Dan from plantabundance.com and Alice behind the camera, signing off.
Bye-bye.